Good evening. My name's Bruce Cumming, and tonight I'm emceeing this little show with jointly with Peter Connell. Hello, Peter. How you
Hello.
going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really good.
Did you have a good day?
So far, so good, and it's only going to get better from here on. I can see that.
Absolutely.
So I'm in Northern Victoria, in Violet Town, and I'd like to give an acknowledgement to country. Welcome to country, if you like, through my connection to the land here, and pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. And I think, Peter, you're in Gippsland?
That's exactly right. Yeah, so in Morwell to be precise, but yes, we'd like to acknowledge the Indigenous leaders and the land that we're on, and we've got a great setup here tonight, haven't we, Bruce?
We have, yeah, very excited about it. And look, I should actually mention where I am. Violet Town is sort of on the boundary between where the Yorta Yorta people historically have been and the Tungarang, which are more in the mountains. So where Violet Town is, it's right at the base of the mountains.
Yep.
So and like a lot of Australia, people are it's quite a diverse background of people from across our audience. I expect who's watching us tonight.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we have got a good group of people playing for us tonight. First off, we're going to have Chris Wright. After that, Peter Connell, who you can see on your screen right now. And I'll be doing a couple of songs after Peter. And my name's Bruce Cumming. And after that, we'll have Warren before we move on to the fabulous Foxy Zoe Fox.
Yes.
And are we looking forward to all of those performers? And
yes,
topping it off with Zoe. So without further ado, perhaps we could do a bit of an introduction to Chris Wright. Are you there, Chris?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Bruce.
Hello and welcome. We're all learning, and particularly Peter and I emceeing something like this is a bit of a challenge, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wonder, Chris, if you could give us a bit of an overview of how you came to Wild at Heart.
Yeah, I was first introduced to Wild at Heart 10 years ago through a leaflet drop. But anxiety got the better of me, and I didn't have the social confidence, so I didn't stick it out, unfortunately. However, 3 years ago, a friend recommended I join, and my confidence was much better then, and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, that's a great story.
So what sort of things do you reckon you've got from it, Chris?
Well, I've got a great community of friends and mentors and leaders. It's a really good group. I've written 5 songs in that 3 years, and I'm hoping to release an EP soon.
Oh, brilliant!
Very exciting. Okay, could you tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to perform tonight?
Sure. My first song is called The Jazz Song. This was written with Phil, who's the executive director of the program. We all know Phil. And it was a really good song that got performed live on stage at a production. And I'm really happy about this song. So let me play it for you.
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. So could everybody do the applause that we can do in our little lounge rooms? Yes. And welcome our first performer to our Unmuted Festival for tonight. Yes. Thank you, Chris.
Take it away, Chris.
The jazz I feel is the freedom I need. It takes me to places undiscovered. I feel it in my heart starts beating, hidden rhythms uncovered. The tempo taps me in time, but the soul is entirely mine. Playing the beat makes me move my feet. I'm dancing to the rhythm of the night. When I sing these soulful songs, I feel like I can do no wrong. This music is where it's at, and nothing's gonna change that. Masters, Dexter and Miles, they play it very cool. Their music brings so many smiles, I really dig their style. Late at night I hear a charming sound, a far off saxophone wails. My heart begins to pound, that sound it never fails. That sound it never fails.
Woohoo!
Thank
Very
you.
good. Thanks, Chris. Pete, what did you think of that one? Oh, you're muted, Pete. This is the unmuted festival. You've got to unmute.
The unmuted festival, is it? That was brilliant. Really well done.
Thanks, Peter.
Really well done, Chris.
Thanks. So my next song is called Here I Go. It's a new song. The backing track was written by a mentor from Wild at Heart, and I wrote lyrics to it. So I had a bit of fun with this one. It's a fictional song. It's different from my normal non-fiction type music. So here we go.
Thank you.
Here I go, walking the streets, just me, myself, and this quiet little town. Dirt blows up on my light-clad feet as I put each weary foot down. Looking into the blue summer sky, a hot wind blowing, dust in my eye. I see thin wisps of scattered clouds, and the birds are circling all around. The road stretches out as far as I can see. It almost seems endless to me. My focus is drawn to a large cattle truck. Those rugged beasts have lost their luck. I take a swig of the water at my side. Satisfied, it wets my whistle, keeping up my pace, not breaking my stride. I yearn the final bend to my front door. Walking by, I notice a dog. He's lying on the porch in the heat. At those pesky flies, his tail flogs. They await their turn at his prize meat. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go, la 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 la. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go again. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go, la 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 la. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go again. Back on the road I muscle on. I gotta get back on the track. It's not who you are or where you're from, as I go on and on without a snap. In my mind the landmarks are set, sweat on my brow, I'm not ready yet. All that long lazy walk to my home, I guess for now these streets I still roam. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go, la 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 la. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go again. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go, la 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 la. Here I go, la 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 la. There I go again. La 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 la, there I go. La 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 la, here I go. La 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 la, there I go again.
Wow,
Well,
lovely.
Thank you. I've got one more. This song was written for my wife. She
beautiful.
she's been married to me for 20 years in January. So
How's she doing?
yeah, she she's okay. She's happy. I'm not causing any problems, so that's good.
Right, good boy.
So this one's called "Sing It from the Heart."
Beautiful. Take it away.
This song is all about love. You're calling to life. It beats within your heart. Together, not apart. Sing it from the heart. Play it from a place within. Smile, make a stop. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins. That notion of love makes you want to laugh and cry. Money just can't buy, and you should never pass it by. Sing it from the heart. Play it from a place within. Smile, make a stop. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins. Sometimes it goes astray with all the games that people play. Embrace it with your soul, where you'll forever stay. Sing it from the heart. Play it from a place within. Smile, make a stop. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins. Your heart it yearns, it's freedom to feel. A treasured place that's also real. 'Cause love is the answer you will see to all your dreams that will ever be. Sing it from the heart. Play it from a place within. Smile, make a stop. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins. Sing it from the heart. Play it from a place within. Smile, make a stop. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins. 'Cause falling in love is where it all begins.
Yes.
Lovely.
Very well done. Come on, everybody. Unmute. Well done, Chris.
Thanks so much.
Yeah,
It's a real joy to be here. Thanks everyone for having me.
Yeah, no, just
Everybody out there listening live, put
No
up
worries.
some thumbs.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, guys.
Beautiful.
love the feel in that one.
Yeah.
No worries. All right. See ya.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Next, we have the fantastic Peter Connell, who's sitting right next to me. Is he just there or are he just there?
I'm in Violet Town.
I can see you in a little window in my screen. It's a funny old world at the moment. Isn't it amazing that we can be dotted all around the place and we can do something like this?
Oh, this is, yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic.
I've decided, Bruce, I was going to do, because I'm in the country, I've decided what I'll do is a few songs I've written about the country.
Okay.
Instead of some of the mental health songs that I've written.
Yep.
I've decided to do 2 country ones, and I thought I'd finish off with one that's a little bit of a comedy song.
Okay.
This one is called Heading for Wilson's Prom. And this actually brings back memories of me as a child. Well, not a child, I was 11. I suppose that's a child. When we'd go to Wilson's Prom on holidays at Christmas. So,
it sounds. Look forward to it.
ready?
Take it away, Peter.
Gotta get the
Mr.
microphone.
Peter Connell.
Sing along if you know it. Sun mirrors of crystal waters, boats floating on the breeze, children splashing in the shallows, truly magical scene. Cricket played on golden sands, surfers riding on the sea, seagulls grabbing oily chips, golden wattles, acacia trees, and kangaroos jumping around, ocean views, cotton clouds, laughing as we drive along, heading for Wilson's Prom. Birds in the distance appear, fisher folk, camping gear, laughing as we drive along, we're heading for Wilson's Prom. Find our spot, set up our camp, sleeping bags, carol lamps, wombat trails all around, checking tents, zips are down, stomping off to the store, and there's pretty girls on endless shores, meeting at the outdoor flicks, holding hands and loving kiss, and kangaroos jumping around, ocean view, cotton clouds, laughing as we drive along, heading for Wilson's Prom. Birds in the distance appear, fisher folk, camping gear, laughing as we drive along, heading for, where are we heading for? Wilson's Prom. Holiday romance just begun, swimming in the midday sun, climbing Mount Oberon to the lighthouse way beyond. Time's come to say goodbye, hugs and kisses, teary-eyed. Give our numbers and promise them our love will never die. And kangaroos jumping around, ocean views, cotton clouds, laughing as we drive along, heading for Wilson's Prom. Birds in the distance appear, fisher folk, camping gear, laughing as we drive along, we're heading for Wilson's Prom. Kangaroos jumping around, ocean views, cotton clouds, laughing as we drive along, heading for Wilson's Prom. Birds in the distance appear, and fisher folk, camping gear, laughing as we drive along, we're headed for Wilson's Prom.
Ah, that's beautiful, Pete. Taking back to when I went camping down at Wilson's Prom on many occasions.
If anybody out there hasn't been, which I don't think many people haven't been to Wilson's Prom, it's a magical place down there. It's absolutely beautiful. Plenty of walking trails and beautiful beach, and it's lovely, really lovely.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear you mentioning yeah, what it was like and what you see when you go there, and yeah, it makes me want to go back again.
Well, that's the aim, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Well, I got you there, Peter. Before we go on to the next one, I wonder if you could give us an overview of what it is that brought you to Wild at Heart and what it was like when you first came.
It was the morning that I decided. I saw it in the paper to start with. I saw, and actually Warren was there, Warren, and there was a picture in the paper of him with the guitar and explaining about what Wild at Heart were doing. And I'd gone through Flynn and then I'd come out the other side. So I was at home and reading the paper, and I was still getting a lot of anxiety and things, but I'd been writing a lot of poetry and stuff like that. So I decided to, it was a 50-50 chance. I just took a deep breath and just went and did it. And I haven't looked back. Music's the thing that I go to. It's my support. So that's I'm condensing it because otherwise I'll go off on a tangent.
That's all right. So why do you think it is your support? Why do you think it works so well for you, Pete?
I think what it does is it helps you get your emotions down on paper. It helps you understand where you're at. I was going to sing a song about from what happened to me. I was going to sing a song about losing someone to suicide, and I know that that's a very, very difficult subject. And I've rung Lifetime in my time quite a few times when I've been that low. So, but I thought I'd just keep it more country songs. And the next song is a little bit of a spoofy type funny comedy song called Blame It on the Medication, because sometimes it is the medication, I believe. So I'll get into it then, Bruce.
Awesome. Take it away, Pete. Mr. Peter J. Connell.
Goes like this. I'll blame the medication, for I am not that old. Take a simple message, forget what I am told. Can I remember the day or why I came this room? I'll talk about frustration, I'll blame the medication. Chorus time. And I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? I'll blame the medication, I have to run to pee. Never was like this before when I was young and free. I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? And I'll blame the medication, for I'm losing my mind. I forget where I put my keys, my wallet I can't find. It happens every day, I must be going blind. Or is it hallucinations? I'll blame the medication, and I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? I'll blame the medication, I have to run to pee. It never was like this before when I was young and free. I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? Yes, I'll blame the medication. I've tried to get some food, I'm so tired I fall asleep, and I don't mean to be rude. I come to my senses, I'm ready once again. It's a familiar situation, because I'll blame the medication. And I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? I blame the medication, but I have to run to pee. Never was like this before when I was young and free. I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? And again, sing along. And I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? I'll blame the medication, I have to run to pee. Never was like this before when I was young and free. I'll blame the medication, for what else could it be? Do you relate to that, Bruce?
Fabulous, Peter. That's really good. There's nothing like a bit of humour. Very nicely
That's
done.
the other thing. You have to have a sense of humour. Otherwise,
Yeah, well, we don't get far unless we do.
hey?
We don't get far in life unless we do.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Very good. Oh, well, I enjoy those.
That's good. I do have one more if you'd like it, but if
Why don't you do that? While you're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. I think I've lost the song. I had it right here, all ready to go. So, I think I might have lost it. It's Wilson's Prom. That's that one. Oh, here we go. I've got it.
So what's this one, Peter?
Gippsland.
Lovely.
I like writing about. I like introducing, Aussie township names and places in Australia. We have enough American stuff.
That's true.
It's about time we sing about our own beautiful country more.
All right, looking forward to it.
So am I, because I haven't played it for a while. Gippsland, beauty all around, from snow to golden sand, and all that's in between. Wherever I have wandered, wherever I have roamed, Gippsland's still the place I call home. Gippsland, country born and country bred, it's the place where I can lay my head. Rolling green hills and mountains to the sea, the folks out there are real, true blue as you can be, because it's Gippsland, beauty all around, from snow to golden sands and all that's in between. Wherever I have wandered, wherever I have roamed, Gippsland's still the place I call home. Oh, Gippsland, no greater sight to see than Strzelecki Forest to Wilson's Promontory. Tarabago National Park, you have to see fairy penguins at Phillip Island as they waddle from the sea. And Gippsland's beauty all around, from snow to golden sands and all that's in between. Wherever I have wandered, wherever I have roamed, Gippsland's still the place I call home. Oh, Gippsland, the ancient Buchan Caves, to August and beyond the Snowboard Mountain Range. Fishing Malakuta, come stay a while with me. Lake's entrance is so beautiful, it's time for you to see Gippsland's beauty all around, from snow to golden sands and all that's in between. Wherever I have wandered, wherever I have roamed, Gippsland's still the place I call home. Gippsland's still the place I call home.
Peter Connell, that was fantastic. The one-man tourist bureau for Gippsland.
Yes.
Beautifully done.
Country towns need the help, you know that, Bruce.
That's right. Yes, we do, don't we? Yeah.
Anyway, well, thanks for listening to that.
It was a pleasure. That was lovely to hear those songs. So thank you.
Okay, who we got next, Bruce?
Well, I think I might be the next victim. Or you might be the next victim.
So
I'm the next performer, apparently.
you're the next performer. Are you about ready, Bruce? What?
It probably as ready as I'm ever going
How?
to be.
Okay.
I might just dash out and have a shave.
While you're setting up, you can tell us about how you came to Wild at Heart. What?
Yeah, oh, look, I don't know. First off, I start off by saying Wild at Heart's made a huge difference to me in the last 3 years since I've been involved. And I was lucky enough to just catch a mention of an interview of Phil on ABC local radio, and ABC is just fantastic in helping keep connections going in regional Australia, certainly regional Victoria. And I heard that and I thought, oh, this might be the thing for me. And that all sounded like a good idea. I rang and I booked in and all that sort of stuff. And several weeks later, it started, and I turned up and I was petrified. I just thought, what have I got myself in for here? Anyway, I certainly had nothing to be concerned about. When I got there, right from the very beginning, there's this group of people. Most of us hadn't met each other before. I hadn't met anybody in the room before, and it just didn't matter. And I think that whole feel has continued on the whole time. It's become a sort of a little cohort of people who are interested in each other and interested in this same amazing hobby that we have of writing music and telling stories with musical accompaniment. And look, I can't speak highly enough about it for me personally. It's really helped me through some difficult times that I've had over the last few years. So so I'm a big fan.
Yes, no, that's good. And of course, it's the support you get as well.
Yeah,
and the
that's
people,
right.
like I met you at the camp, remember?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
So
you might have shared a room.
We shared a room. That's right. Talked about our dogs. Anyway, what's the first song about?
Well, the first one is a song I haven't played before at all. Excuse me, I'll just make room for my guitar here.
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't played this at all before, and I thought, look, for me, it's sort of been ticking away in my mind since I wrote it back in late August, I think it was, and there's a mental process with Wild at Heart and the songwriting program, and I'm lucky enough to have Charles Jenkins as part of that, and I floated this song past him, and he encouraged me to continue on with it. And I'm a little bit like you. I tend to be a little bit reflective with my songwriting, Pete, and something makes me think, and I think, oh my goodness, before I know this, it's turning into a song. This one, I've called it Saturn's Rings. It might end up with a different title to that, but that's good enough for now. And what it is certainly not being morbid here, but I was just reflecting on, I guess, absent friends, people who aren't with us anymore.
Yeah.
And, and I just sort of imagine myself, I suppose, having a conversation with some of those people, and this is sort of what happened.
Beautiful. Take it away.
Bear with me, because it is the first time I've played this at all. Drifting, sailing, drifting out amidst the stars. Halfway point, tilting at Saturn's rings and Mars. Call me up, call me back, call me when you like. This is where I am. This is who I am. Stuck somewhere between silence and earth. Somewhere, somewhere, somewhere between lightness and dark. Coasting, coasting, coasting. Music for company. Your love and connection, that's all I really need. Call me up, call me back, call me what you like. This is where I am. This is who I am. Stuck somewhere between silence and art. Somewhere, somewhere between lightness and dark. Drifting, sailing, drifting out amidst the stars. Halfway point, tilting at Saturn's rings and Mars. Call me up, call me back, call me when you like.
Beautiful, Bruce. Well,
Thanks.
I love the sentiment. Lovely.
Okay, thanks. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a try at something. Again, this one hasn't been performed publicly either, but what the hell, eh? This
Not sure how
one's
we go.
this
I think
is
we're talking too much, but anyway, let's. What's the next song that you want
yeah,
to?
the next song is called well, there's a couple of names for it, but I call it the expert song, and you'll see why in a moment.
Yep.
So if I can get myself organised with my little guitar here.
Beautiful.
Right. I've got my YouTube, you've got your Vimeo, got a theory, got a few. I've got my Yahoo, you've got your Bing and Chrome. Stare at the screens while we sit at home. Everyone's an epidemiologist. From my chair, the future is clear. Everyone's a private criminologist. Everybody is an expert here. Everybody is an expert here. I've got my midnight, you've got your stuck all day. Dr. Google, wild choose flight. I've got my big dreams, you've got your great unknown. Stare at the screens while we sit at home. Everyone's a wannabe journalist. From my chair, the future is clear. Everyone's a dabbling psychoanalyst. Everybody is an expert here. Everybody is an expert here. I've got my clickbait, you've got your hoaxy folks. Stay quite calm or get irate. I've got my rabbit hole, you've got your zombie zone. Stare at the screens while we sit at home. Everyone's an epidemiologist. From my chair, the future is clear. Everyone's a private criminologist. Everybody is an expert here. Everybody is an expert here. Oh, I had a few bum chords, but apart from that.
Come on, people, you can give him a clap. That was brilliant.
Anyway,
I don't know about anybody else.
it's just you and me, I think, Pete.
I think there is.
Oh, bear with me. So how are we going for time there?
We're clicking along.
Clicking along all right?
Stay all night.
We don't want to crowd out Warren Buffett this time, that's for sure.
No. Well, we've got 2 to come and then closing.
Yeah.
We're already nearly quarter past. So what shall we do?
All right. Well, I've got one that's not particularly long, which I can do.
Yep.
This is one that I did. This is another. All the ones I've done so far, they've come out of my time with Wild at Heart, and this one has too. This is a bit of a It's not sad, but I guess it's a bit of a ballady type of thing. And this was stimulated by thinking about, my poor old mum was in the nursing home at the time, and I was looking after her house, and I found some stuff that she'd written, and I was writing stuff myself at the time, and it sort of occurred to me that, gee whiz, we leave something behind. We can leave something behind when we write it down, and I guess as songwriters, we're writing stuff all the time, and if we record it in some way, there it is to find in the bottom of the drawer sometime when you're older, or your kids might, which I think is really cute. Anyway, so
okay, Bruce.
This one, thank you, Peter.
Take it away.
This one's called "When the Ink is Dry." When the ink is dry, and the words are on the line. No way to take 'em back, nowhere, no way. Don't matter how I try, they're an imprint for all time. When the ink is dry, and the words are on the line. At last got my story down, it took so long. Couldn't speak or say the words, but now I've scrolled my storyline. When the ink is dry, and the words are on the line. When you ask for clearer speech, I hesitate. Slowly I sit and write to you, and all alone letters glide off from my pen. The script so serpentine, when the ink is dry, and the words are on the line. No way to take 'em back, nowhere to wait. Don't matter how I try, they're an imprint for all time. When the ink is dry, when the ink is dry, when the ink is dry.
Well done. That's lovely when the ink is dry. Ah,
Thank you, Peter.
that's
Well,
so-
look, we're perfectly timed to move on to our next performer. Gee whiz, we're watching the
Introduce.
clock well.
Go for it. Introduce.
Okay. Our next performer is Warren Bartlett. If Warren could come forward to the stage, please, and we'll put the spotlight on you.
There he is.
Welcome,
Hello.
Warren.
Whoop.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Hope you're enjoying the concert tonight.
Yeah, no, very good. Very nice songs, fellas.
Yeah, well, we're just warming up to you, Warren, so we're really looking forward to see what you've got.
Beautiful. Oh, no pressure now.
So could you tell us a little bit about when you first came to Wild at Heart and what that was like for you?
Well, I had, you might as well say, I had a 3-year depressive episode. It went over sort of 3 years, and I'd been unwell a long time before that, but I'd had a period of wellness. I was able to work. And I had all these years of being unwell, and I thought I'll pick up my guitar again and start writing. And I'd learnt about Wild at Heart, and I had met Phil Husenroder before many years ago. And, you know, I was sort of slowly clawing my confidence and everything up. And at that stage, Wild at Heart was only in South Melbourne. I thought, oh God, I've got to catch a train, I've got to catch a tram. I've never really caught a tram myself before, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, I worked it all out and I went there, and on the first day I was kind of made to be felt really welcome, you know, like it was just, you know, and it felt like it wasn't very long and I was just like part of the furniture really, you know, just one of the other performers. And yeah, so I sort of developed my songwriting through going there, and it's been great. Yeah.
That's great. That's a great experience.
Yeah.
So what's the first song you've got planned for us for tonight?
Well, the first song it's called Sometimes, and I've been thinking about, you know, how misunderstood people like myself. I've got bipolar, and you know, people can be misunderstood with their illness, and why aren't they working full time, or why aren't they working at all? And I actually got the first line from, we were doing a group song, and it didn't appear in the group song, but I got this first line and I started singing to myself, and I got the song out of that too. So yeah.
Sounds intriguing. Look forward to it.
Yeah. So it's a fairly short song, this one, but yeah.
Right, take it away.
All right. So this is called Sometimes. I seem to tell my story and clear my mind. The mirror looks back at me and doesn't lie. My tired eyes, they look back on my life. Sometimes I laugh again, sometimes I can't help but cry. I'm most misunderstood and out of step with the expectations of those who stand in line. With the world I sink in the sands of time. Sometimes I laugh again, sometimes I can't help but cry. It's a long, solitary road. Can't help but bring myself along. When I'm out with you, I feel the thrill again. Through many twists and turns, my life is unfurled. Together we can prevail in this world. Sometimes I laugh again, sometimes I can't help but cry.
Hear it. Unmute. Come on, let's hear it.
Nice one.
Beautiful, beautiful song.
So with that song, you talked about having the tune in your head. How did you go from having the tune in your head to have it in your hands with your guitar and pulling the whole thing together, do you think?
I was singing it, and I worked out the chords, what I was singing to. Yeah, so it's very rare that I do that. I usually get a bit of a chord sequence going and then create a melody to that. Whereas this time I actually sang the tune and I thought, oh, there's a tune in that.
Yeah.
And I worked out what chords went with it. Have a
So
drink.
Pete, I think you do a bit of the same sort of thing too.
I generally, because I've come from a poetry sort of background, so generally I'll write the words, generally, but it doesn't happen like that all the time. But generally I'll have like you, when the ink runs dry, that's a lovely line. And I'll get a line and I'll start to expand on it. So that's usually the way I go about writing.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's different.
Yeah. So, Warren, you said that you normally have a few chords, that nice progression that seems to go together well. So what's the next step then with your song making?
Well, I then often come up with the words. But to me, the words are just as important as the melody and stuff too. And it was funny, I can't remember who I was talking to now, whether it was someone with Wild at Heart, but, you know, you put your hands on a chord and you think, oh my God, I've just discovered a chord, you know? It's like, oh, this is amazing. I'm amazing. I've discovered a chord that no one else knows. And of course, you look it up and it's like, oh, that's what it is. Okay. And that's what with this next song. Fumbling around on the guitar, and yeah. And this next song, I think what I've been doing with Facebook is and YouTube, I've been looking up, you know, those videos that are people doing nice things for each other, because there's so much, you know, bad stuff on social media. And anyway, I came across a series of videos that have been coming on my Facebook from people who are, it's usually in America, and people who have found a lost dog, and the dog's homeless. and often the dogs are like, there's one where the dog was crying like a human, you know, and it was so scared and it was so scrawny, and they took it to a vet and then they adopted it in readiness to go to another family. But to see the dog sort of come out of its shell, yeah, that's sort of the first verse kind of came about with that, and it's got a little bit of everything in the song. Yeah,
Oh, lovely.
yeah. So,
So let's hear it.
I'll play this one to a
Wet your
point.
whistle.
Yes, I mean, it's called Mirror to the Sun. When you're out and you're all on your own, you just can't wait to find your way home. Little dog lost all on his own. Won't you come and give him a home? But here we are in our hometown. It has some of us feeling down. Some of us feel we're riding out. But a mirror to the sun shines away. A mirror to the sun guides the way. When technology brings out the worst in us all, how do we stop and not take a fall? The person behind this thin glass wall is you and me. We are so tall. When your ship goes up to shore, don't be afraid to climb aboard. Let go your mind, let it soar. Climb up high for more. But here we are in our hometown. It has some of us feeling down. Some of us love you right it out. But a mirror to the sun lights away. Yeah, a mirror to the sun shines away. Yeah, a mirror to the sun guides away.
Lovely.
Nice.
Warren, well,
Oh, I can hear a huge band behind that. That's fantastic, Warren.
lovely.
I had it kind of envisaged that if I can get to record it. Yeah,
Yeah, that chorus really builds. I love it.
yeah. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Now, did you have another one for us?
No, that's it for today. I've got the two.
All right, that's fantastic.
Lovely.
Yeah, so you enjoyed tonight?
Oh, totally. Fantastic. Great. This festival. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, look at
So Warren, if somebody's listening to this and they're thinking to themselves, you know, I would really benefit from joining World at Heart, what would you say to them?
Oh, I would say, please come along. You know, the more the merrier. You know, it's really grown, I think, over the years, Wild at Heart. And, you know, there's different sections to it, but yeah, certainly for people with mental health issues, yeah, it's really helped bring me out of myself, and I think it can do the same for others as well, you know. So, yeah,
Lovely.
come along, come one and all.
Come one and all.
Yeah.
Come
So,
meet Warren.
so how different is it being able to tell a story? Being able to get a message across or tell a story using music as opposed to, I don't know, chatting to someone, for example. How is it different, you
Yeah, I
reckon?
don't know. I've always been a bit of a fan of Bob Dylan and John Lennon and that. And I like the way you can, with poetry and with
Yeah.
song, you can get a message across, you know, yeah. And yeah, it's just a great way to be able to do it, I think. And
Do
yeah,
you,
Yeah, so you can
Warren?
almost say things that you wouldn't be able to say in any other way.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's true, actually. You can say things you can't say in other ways. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's fantastic. Thanks, Warren, and everybody can clap
Lovely.
at home, silently, way out there, wherever you are.
Thank you.
And it's just great to have everybody on board. There's some fantastic little notes coming through on the chat from Facebook. So thanks
Oh, lovely.
everybody who's had things to say and supporting the people as they play along.
All
Now
right,
we're
now
coming
and
up.
I'll be watching. I'll say bye for now and I'll be watching.
Good on you. Thanks, Warren. Hand again for Warren Bartlett.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, Peter, cross to you. We've got the fabulous Zoe Fox coming up next.
That's exactly right. Do you want to introduce Zoe, or do you want me to introduce Zoe?
Oh, it's your turn. I've been talking too much.
Okay, so Zoe, come to the stage. There she is.
Hello.
Hello, Zoe.
Hey, Peter. How you
You're looking very nice.
going?
Love those glasses.
Yeah, I just put them on just so I'm not so scared.
You'll do well. So tell us a bit about yourself. How did you come to Wild at Heart?
So I found Wild at Heart through being a mentor. I wanted to kind of work doing music stuff and, with people who were kind of like me, and it just, what started out as being like a job trial turned into being a family.
That's
You know?
lovely.
Going on the first day and then being like, oh, I'm actually just exactly the same as everyone here, and everyone is, helping each other equally. Like being a mentor, it's just like you're equally helped, people help you just as much, and it's really
get
important.
back what you give.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's lovely. How long have you been associated with Wild at Heart?
I think kind of on and off for the last, I don't know, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in that time, have you written many songs? And
I've written so many songs.
yes,
I just write songs.
it's terrible, isn't it?
All the time, and often at the worst times, often when I'm like running late to go and meet someone, and that's when inspiration strikes, or
It does, yes.
I'm like, sorry I'm late, I was just writing a song.
So because you're writing so many songs, do you, like me, or are you probably better than I am in some things, do you find it hard to finish songs off completely before you're already on to something else?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? You're right.
Yeah, and I often then just end up leaving them kind of what was half written, and then I'm just, in a position where I'm playing it, and then I go, oh, okay, I guess that's how the song goes. Guess that's finished because I did it at a gig.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
I don't know if it's easier to have fewer songs but all completed, but it's the way my mind works anyway, so it's very hard to stop it.
Oh, totally. I feel like there's just a huge backlog there, and then you're kind of writing some and you're really like hot on them, and then you start writing on, it's a totally different style, and then it's time to release that stuff, and you're like, oh, but I've written like 20 songs since then.
You've done some albums, haven't you? Or
I've done one album.
one album?
Yeah, it's just in the background there, actually.
There we go.
There it is.
Show you it.
Bring it to centre stage. Let us have a look. Flog it off. Come on.
Something, it was a huge thing. So I made a record because I'm,
Oh, beautiful.
stuck between the past and the future. And so, yeah, finally made my first record, and I
that's
put it out just in, I think, March this year.
So what sort of genre and that do you like to write in? What sort of music do you produce?
Oh, Peter, so many kinds.
Yeah.
This album is just like disco, pop, space music, it's kind of, yeah, space age, I don't know what to call it, pop,
Well,
yeah, I
that's
guess.
lovely.
Stuff you can dance to, but when I'm processing the world, I just mostly write sad folk songs.
Yeah, I love folk songs. I love country song, and I love songs that tell a story.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the first song that you're going to delight us with tonight?
Well, I thought maybe I would play some songs off my album, because that kind of gives me a bit of a buzz sometimes when I've got some drums behind me. But I've been so confused. I didn't know which road to go down, because there's sort of so many parts of self you can express.
Okay.
But I'll play this one called Spare Me the Time, and it feels kind of relevant at the moment. It's about not wanting to get kind of caught up in your own head too much, because you've got things to do and you don't want distractions.
No worries. Sounds really good.
All
Look
right,
forward to it.
I'm going to play it on the keyboard. I don't know if you can see the keyboard down
You can just see it in the side.
It does exist. It is here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Alrighty, here we go.
Very good.
Take it away, Zoe.
Let me know if you can hear it all okay. Alrighty. Spare me the time
Gorgeous. Oh, that's lovely. I'm all relaxed now.
Oh, good. That pleases me, Bruce. Thanks. As long as
Oh,
you're relaxed, that's good.
that's gorgeous.
Um,
So what have we got next, sorry?
so next is a song I wrote. I wrote both of these songs a few years ago, but it's funny how I don't know if you guys ever find this. You find that you write a song and then, like, as time goes on, it just gains more and more meaning. Like, often, sometimes I'll just write a song and I'll be like, I don't even know what that song's about. I don't know what those words even mean. And then it's like I've left myself a little secret clue. And later on in time, I go, oh my God, that's what the
That's
song,
where it fits.
that's what it means. How did
Yeah.
my past self know to leave me a secret?
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I like that. So
Mu-
never throw anything away.
yeah. Like I'm on a musical treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Finding little clues that I've left for myself. Like, oh, you knew you were going to be feeling sad this week. Okay, let me just find the right tone for this. Yep, and yep. Okay, this song's called Warrior Princess, and it's not on my album, but it is on. I released it on Spotify, and it's about wanting to kind of power up and use, all my strong woman power and be confident like Xena the Warrior Princess and
Fantastic.
kind of not get sucked into the game too much. Alrighty, it's a disco hit. So just enjoy the beat. Okay. Alright, here we go. I've had fateful words on the edge of my lips now, honey.
Big finish.
Yeah, you've got to. I don't know. It's good to remind yourself not to take stuff too seriously sometimes.
Oh, that's cute. No, I like that one. That's good.
Cool. Yeah. So those are my songs.
Beautiful. Lovely. Very well done. Very well done.
You guys are warrior princesses.
That's right.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. I don't think I've looked to.
Auntie Jack, maybe.
Arnie Jack, yes. That's what I'd look like.
Oh, well, thanks, Zoe. That was just fantastic, as always.
Thank you, guys. Your songs are so amazing. I'm actually so honoured to get to play with you guys. I'm a big fan of you all.
Oh, we're lucky to have you in the program, that's for sure, Zoe.
Thanks.
I think it is about time, Bruce, isn't it? This is wrapping everything up.
Yeah, I think we've had just the most fantastic night tonight.
Oh, it's been brilliant.
What do you reckon?
So why don't we
guys.
Bring everybody into
have everyone come forward into the limelight.
We'll run through who we've had to entertain us tonight. So
we kicked off with Chris Wright.
We've had some great music from Chris. Mediocre from Peter, but anyway. Great music.
No, Pete, you were great. I loved it.
Fantastic. Zoe, excellent. We've had a really good time. And I think we should applaud them, give them as much, make as much noise as you can.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for being a part of it all.
Very, very, very well done.
Yeah, so this is our first night of many for Mental Health Week, where we've got this online stage, and means that everybody can have a go from their lounge room, which is just the most fantastic thing. So thanks everybody who's been involved in any way. And just a bit of a reminder, tonight Byron and Phil will both be on Triple R at 10:30, so that's not that far off. So and I'm sure no one will be watching the football on TV. They'll all be on the radio or online here. So don't miss that little interview. There's quite a bit of coverage for the Unmute Festival that's running on radio and even TV. So see if you can catch any of that around the place. And certainly tomorrow we're on again. 11 o'clock in the morning, we've got our relaxation session, our chamomile hour, and really looking forward to kicking off Sunday with that. How about you, Pete? You have a coffee in one hand and a chamomile in the other.
Through everything. That's the trouble. I'm blaming on the medication, of course. No, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, it has.
And
so at 2 o'clock tomorrow, we've got that panel too, Pete.
Yeah.
So that should be really interesting.
And it's been nice having this repartee with you too.
It's interesting trying to do things over the hundreds of kilometres distance, but it doesn't work too badly. Yeah,
so how are we going to end this?
Well, I guess we'll say goodbye to everybody, and thanks to everybody who's been listening tonight or listening after the event. If you're listening on Facebook, it's been a pleasure to be a part of all this tonight. And all I want to do, though, is apologise for those bum chords I seem to do whenever I'm nervous. So, but that's life, isn't it? What do they say? If you don't make mistakes, you're not trying anything difficult.
That's right. Okay, so do we say goodbye now? Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, bye, everybody.
Have a
And
great night.
good to see all your smiling faces.